Now in 4 News Now at 6, an ICE agent's social media posts are sparking outrage, with both sides in the trial of 3 Spokane activists calling them racist. Why those comments could now become a major factor inside the courtroom.
I'm tracking cooler, wetter weather in the First Alert forecast, but there have been some changes in the timing of its arrival. I'll help you plan your Memorial Day weekend hour by hour in the First Alert forecast.
Ahead of Memorial Day, volunteers in Medical Lake are placing thousands of flags at the graves of fallen veterans. We'll introduce you to some of these volunteers honoring those who made the ultimate sacrifice and why this tradition is so important. Live on 4 News Now and streaming on KXLY+. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
An ICE agent's social media account was called into question today at the trial stemming from a Spokane ICE protest last summer. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. The agent says he forgot about his X account. Lawyers pointed to it today and how he left disparaging comments toward African Americans and LGBTQ people and then deleted the account last night. Derek Strom was in federal court where those posts were shown to the jury.
Derek, Kirsten, even though some of the posts on ICE agent Jeremy Burlingame's social media were about ICE, the prosecution says they were never told about his social media. The defense in this case says they have major concerns about Burlingame's potential biases against African Americans and the LGBTQ community. More than a dozen posts from ICE agent Jeremy Burlingame's X account were shown to the jury in the Spokane 3 trial today. That includes posts calling a congresswoman, quote, ghetto garbage, and referring to transgender people as mentally ill. All of the posts shown in court today were made from the beginning of 2025 onwards. The prosecution says they've already reached out to ICE about taking disciplinary action towards Burlingame and says ICE has already started that process. Defendant Jack Archer's attorney raised concerns about Burlingame's posts and how he might view Archer, who is African American and non-binary. The other 2 defendants in this case, Bajan Malvawala and Justice for All, are also electing to be addressed by they-them pronouns during this trial. All 3 are charged with conspiracy to impede or injure officers because of their roles in a June 11, 2025 protest at the Spokane ICE office. The defense also showed body camera footage from Spokane County Sheriff's Deputy Britton Morgan, who was called in to respond to the protest. The jury was shown body camera footage from Morgan, where he says, quote, I want to hit someone with a stick. Morgan testified that he regrets saying that and didn't know his body camera was on at the time. Later on in the day, we also heard testimony from an FBI agent that investigated screenshots of Jack Archer encouraging people to, quote, thoughtfully risk arrest at the protest via Signal group chats. And as of now, it's unclear if the defense plans to ask for a mistrial in this case, but if the trial does continue, it's expected to last until next Friday. Live in Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
A school superintendent in Western Washington, who also worked at 2 Spokane County school districts, is facing charges for obstructing a sexual assault investigation. Longview police arrested Karen Cloninger yesterday as part of an ongoing investigation involving sexual assault at Mark Morris High School. Investigators say Cloninger was aware of allegations involving multiple students as early as January. She's accused of directing staff to handle the matter internally and discourage further discussion even after law enforcement reached out for assistance. Cloninger, who worked previously in the East Valley School District and Spokane Public Schools, is now charged with tampering with the witness, failure to report, and obstruction. She's been ordered not to contact students or witnesses and is due back in court in June.
Let's take a live look at Riverfront Park, where families are enjoying a beautiful start to the Memorial Day weekend. We are tracking some rain on the way.
So let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see if it will impact your holiday plans.
I think for the most part, it is not going to do that. It is going to arrive just late enough on Monday that most of the observances for Memorial Day out at the local cemeteries and most of the campsites will have been taken down. 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be a warm weekend. It looks like we're going to stay right around 80 all the way through Monday, partly to mostly sunny through most of Monday. Breezy at times this weekend in the afternoons and evenings. Winds picking up a little bit with gusts in the 20 to 25 mile per hour range. And we do have some showers on the way late Monday. Maybe some isolated mountain showers as early as late afternoon, but for the most part, that rain is going to hold off until Monday night. On our satellite and radar right now, we do have some showers and thunderstorms in western Montana, right on the Bonner Boundary County, south of Bonner's Ferry. We've had a little bit of thunderstorm activity, otherwise some isolated showers coming to an end over North Idaho. And this evening, skies are clearing. 71 degrees at 7 o'clock. We'll be in the 60s at 10. I will be back with a closer look at your holiday weekend forecast, plus have your 7-day in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. Last week, we told you about several community projects that are being funded through a federal grant.
Spokane receives millions of dollars from this specific grant to fund projects that build stronger communities. But the grant could be going away. Madeline Mullins shows us what the city says will be lost if this crucial funding goes away.
From new playgrounds to making sure seniors can afford to stay in their homes, the Community Development Block Grant has helped fund the city of Spokane for years.
To lose this funding would start to have immediate negative impacts for our city.
Most recently, the city awarded over $1 million to fund projects like a new playground at the Northeast Youth Center and a sport court at Friendship Park.
We've had over $7.5 million over the last 2 years, and it's gone straight into things that neighborhoods prioritized: fencing for parks, women's job training, home repair. These are all great things that make a difference.
But those projects may be the last to receive money from the grant. President Trump's proposed 2027 budget eliminates the over $3 billion program that cities all across the country use. And this is not the first time this grant has been on the chopping block. This time last year, President Trump proposed to cut this grant from their budget, but the House of Representatives decided to keep the funding for 2026. The administration says the reason for the cut is because the money is being used for pet projects and not community needs. However, SNAP, who receives nearly $2 million a year from the grant, argues the money is crucial for the Spokane community.
Home repair for low and moderate income folks. We use them for housing default counseling. We use them also for helping people start small businesses as well.
SNAP says many of the programs help low-income households, and there's rising demand, so the funding is needed now more than ever. The federal budget is scheduled to be approved by the end of September. In Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
We now know the name of the man who died in a crash on I-90 in Liberty Lake this morning. Washington State Patrol says 38-year-old Jeremy Raza was driving westbound on the freeway when he crashed into the overpass. He was wearing a seatbelt but died at the scene.
New numbers from the Idaho Department of Labor show Idaho's unemployment rate held steady in April at 3.6%. That's still well below the national unemployment rate of 4.3%. And by comparison, Washington's unemployment rate for April came in at 5.2%. The report also shows job growth across much of the Gem State. 5 of Idaho's 6 metropolitan areas posted gains in non-farm jobs over the month. Coeur d'Alene saw the largest increase at 0.5%. Followed by Lewiston at 0.3%.
Still ahead, May Arkwright Hutton helped shape Spokane history, fighting for women's rights and children in need. But her bold personality made her stand out far ahead of her time.
She was very much in your face.
We'll show you the legacy she left behind that's still changing lives in Spokane next on 4 News Now.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
4 News Now is brought to you by Wendell Motors.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
My name is Joyce Prather, but I go by Joy. My husband and I moved to Orchard Crest just from my daughter's house. When we walked in, I said, oh, this is it. because it was so beautifully decorated. The people here are amazing. The staff is amazing. Everything that we were hoping for turned out to be what we got. If somebody walked up to me and asked about Orchard Chris, yes, I would certainly tell them to come here.
Bathfitter Showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
It's a Factory Direct Made in Spokane spa wellness event, as Arctic Spas and Clearwater Spas have hot tubs starting at $49.99. Swim spas with special financing. Get to 8108 North Division or SpokaneHotTubSale.com.
Meet the redesigned 2026 Subaru Outback, built for the Northwest and ready for whatever the road turns into.
With legendary Subaru capability, advanced safety technology, and the refined interior designed for comfort, the new Outback is ready for everyday drives and weekend escapes. More space, more versatility, and the confidence of Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive.
Come experience the new Subaru Outback for yourself.
The 2026 Subaru Outback, now at Parker Subaru in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
Experience the award-winning Best Musical Back to the Future at First Interstate Center for the Arts, May 26th through 31st. Get your tickets yesterday.
Welcome back. Her last name is synonymous with Spokane history. May Arkwright Hutton and her husband, Levi, first struck it rich in the mines of Idaho's Silver Valley. Then they moved to Spokane, serving as activists and philanthropists.
Their legacy lives most prominently in the home for children Levi built in Spokane Valley. But it's May whose actions not only changed lives, but our entire community. As we celebrate America's 250th, Melissa Luck explores the force that was May Arkwright Hutton.
I've driven past the Hutton building here on South Washington hundreds of times and never really gave much thought to the family behind that name. I never would have imagined that the woman who built this as her home in 1907 was such an absolute force for change in the world.
You see who someone's character really is by the legacy they leave behind.
And few have left behind an impact like May Arkwright Hutton.
She's unique because she was kind of a rags to riches story, right?
The Huttons' history lives in part in these boxes at the Northwest Museum of Arts and Culture. As I look through the archives of their life, it's clear May's early days were never easy. At the age of 10, she was sent to care for her blind grandfather. She then came to Idaho as mining exploded and met an orphan-turned-train engineer named Levi Hutton. Together, they invested in the Hercules mine and struck it rich. A pair who grew up with nothing were now millionaires. And instead of coasting on those millions, May became a voice.
She was one of the first women to vote in the state of Idaho.
And the first woman to run for office in Idaho in 1904, fighting for workers' rights. But when the Huttons moved west to Spokane 3 years later, May found herself back in time. Women in Washington couldn't yet vote. So she set out to change that, upsetting every norm along the way.
A lot of the suffragettes were more poised and wanted to keep things a little bit on the down low, and she was very much in your face.
High school senior Trinity has studied May's life and legacy. She even dressed up as May for a 5th grade history project, suffrage signs and all, finding a kindred spirit in a woman who lived more than 100 years before she was born.
Really just how bold she was. I am known on campus for my strong convictions and my very exuberant personality. Not something that everybody likes. And so getting to read May's story, and she was very similar to me in that aspect.
The Seattle suffragettes thought May was too aggressive, too loud, too crass. She liked low-cut dresses and direct conversations, the confidence of a woman well before her time.
Levi was as well, but Levi sort of, low profile, stood alongside her, and she did the talking. And she did And she made a difference. She truly did make a difference.
If someone's character is revealed by what they leave behind, we can find what mattered most to May in these scrapbooks. Page after page of news clippings about women's rights and workers' rights. You can read edits in her own hand of speeches she made across the Northwest. Washington women earned the right to vote in 1910, and May was among the first to cast her ballot, the first woman to serve on a Spokane County jury, and one of the first women to attend the Democratic National Convention. Then she fought for unwed moms and orphaned kids.
One of my other favorites is she would write a letter to somebody and be like, hey, I know you left town and you're happily at home with your wife, but you have a woman here with a child that you owe money to, and if you don't send the money back, you'll be hearing from my lawyers.
Her political ambitions never wavered. They're even reflected in the places the Huttons lived. See that beautiful porch at the Huttons' home at 17th and Crestline?
She said, that's my victory porch. And my victory porch for my victory speech when I become the first female president of the United States. That's her. And I think she could have been.
May never got that chance. She died from kidney disease in 1915 in this home she loved so much. But her legacy grew even then. Levi, a former orphan, had a vision for the Hutton settlement. More than 300 acres in what back then was just open fields. Since 1917, it has been a home for kids who are neglected, orphaned, abused.
It really, I can feel the love here, every little detail here at Hutton, you can see was just sculpted with the utmost care.
Trinity knows because Trinity lives here and has off and on since she was a kid. Imagine May meeting Trinity, about to graduate from high school and heading to college, secure and confident because of what the Huttons built all those years ago. The right to vote is world-changing, sure, but this legacy is more than even May could have hoped for.
I definitely feel like May has given me a lot of courage to really be who I want to be and be the change that I want to see in the world, and not be afraid if people are trying to drown out my voice. Just say it louder.
I'm Melissa Luck, 4 News Now.
Oh, wow.
Great story, and great to hear that she was actually raised in the Hutton settlement.
Yeah, there's a little surprise there.
Yeah.
And beautiful. Every time now I drive by there, I'll be thinking of that victory porch. It's really cool.
For
Chris.
sure.
Your forecast for tonight, dry and mostly clear. In the twilight sky, look to the west. Venus and Jupiter are getting closer and closer, leading up to a conjuncture in early June. Enjoy that sight, the 2 brightest planets that you'll see in the evening sky next to the moon. I will be back with your 7-day forecast.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Convention and Visitors Bureau.
The Tin Roof Warehouse Sale. 4 days only. Up to 90% off. Dining, beds, sofas, and much more. 4 days only at the Tin Roof. Don't miss it.
I'm Dr. Roxanne Haslam. I'm one of the urologists at North Idaho Urology.
Dr. Matt McLaughlin.
North Idaho Urology, I'm Dr. Ellison.
I'm Dr. David Flores. I work at North Idaho Urology as one of the urologists there in the practice.
The North Idaho Urology difference is that we care.
North Idaho Urology, we really strive to just provide an excellent experience for the patients.
What's important to me in taking care of patients is trust in their surgeon.
Give us a call, go to our website. We'd love to see you soon.
So you want somewhere to play, we got you. A nice relaxing stay, we got you. Wanna be entertained, we got you. Wanna play golf all day, we got you. Coeur d'Alene Casino, winning is just the beginning. So you're looking to have a good time, we got you. Jackpot on your mind, we got you. Come on down and play some bingo. So much fun, so why don't we turn to Coeur d'Alene Casino? Yeah, Coeur d'Alene Casino, winning is just the beginning.
Chevy drivers need a truck that shows up the same way they do. That's why Chevy Silverado is #1 in manufacturer loyalty. So they can go where others won't, make their own way there, and always get it done. And as long as Chevy people keep showing up, we'll keep building trucks that do the same.
Just announced. Get 2.9% APR on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
The Tin Roof Warehouse Sale. 4 days only. Up to 90% off. Dining, beds, sofas, and much more. 4 days only at the Tin Roof. Don't miss it.
From playing JFK Jr. in Love Story to now in American Horror Story, where will Paul Anthony Kelly's story take him next week?
Good morning, America.
That's correct, yeah.
Wake up with Paul Anthony Kelly on
Good morning, America.
One of the crown jewels of rail-to-trail conversion is officially open for the season. We are, of course, talking about the legendary Route of the Hiawatha. The 15-mile mountain trail winds through the breathtaking Bitterroot Mountains between Idaho and Montana, delivering an unforgettable ride packed with adventure. Cyclists will cruise through pitch-black tunnels and pedal high above the forest floor across towering trestles. Both of you have done it, and you have great memories to talk about.
Got to do it. You got to do it. It's pretty awesome.
I was just thinking about it. It was 28 years ago that I did it, so I'm probably overdue to go check it out. And if you get a little too warm this weekend, just go into one of those tunnels and you'll feel the temperature drop about, I don't know how many degrees it drops. It feels like it drops 30 degrees. Here's your current conditions. My goodness, what a beautiful Friday evening. Hopefully you can go out and enjoy the sunset on your patio or just go for a after dinner walk, because evenings like this, they come and go too quickly. 74 in both Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, with partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies. Temperatures around the metro area mostly in the 70s. 69 in Spirit Lake. The exception just hit 77 in both Meade and downtown Spokane. The warm spots on the map. We have 80s, though, as we zoom out. Moses Lake, Wenatchee in the 80s, 81 degrees right now in Omak. Quite a bit cooler up around Bonners Ferry, where we have had some shower and thunderstorm activity, but we're back up to 70 in Sandpoint. All of these temperatures warmer than 24 hours ago. 8 degrees warmer in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene and Greg Cooley. 9 degrees warmer than this time yesterday in Moses Lake. And it's going to get even warmer for Saturday. Your Saturday day planner, it is not going to be a day without clouds, a day very much like today. Bright blue skies followed by partly cloudy skies and then back again. So we may start the day off with partly cloudy conditions. Clearing out in the afternoon. Boy, by noon, we're going to be 74 degrees and sunny. Partly cloudy skies in the afternoon. Some of those fair weather cumulus clouds picking up, and also a nice breeze out of the southwest. Gusts up to 20, possibly 25 miles per hour, and a high of 81. Not our warmest day of the season, but only our second day in the 80s. We will be in the upper 70s and 80s throughout the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Lots of 80s on our temperature map around the region. We will stay right around 80 degrees through Monday, and then a sharp drop with a cold front coming through late on Monday. Just want to give you an idea on the timing on precipitation. Here's Monday at noon, possibly some showers as early as 2:30 in the afternoon. I think that's a little early. I think it's going to hold off until later in the evening, and then rain as we head into Monday overnight. We dry out a little bit with some showers popping up on a hit and miss basis Tuesday evening. And then we dry out again for Wednesday, hit and miss showers Thursday and Friday. But really, my eyes are on the prize here. A really beautiful Memorial Day weekend with hopefully some needed rain coming in late in the day. Derek?
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Still ahead, the Director of National Intelligence is stepping away. Why Tulsi Gabbard says it has nothing to do with her recent clash with the president over the Iran war.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Cornerstone Court Assisted Living and Memory Care.
This Nissan lineup goes where you take it. Trucks and SUVs built rough, tough, and ready. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR and select model trims.
This week only, call the experts at Zerorez and get insanely clean carpets at these unbeatable savings. Zerorez cleans with its ZR water that's non-toxic and doesn't leave a sticky residue behind. But these Zerorez savings are good this week only, so lock in these prices before they're gone.
Davis, with basketball season over, what's next?
Just continue to learn the heating and cooling ropes with Kyle.
Yeah, that's right. Right now we're working on his diagnostic skills. Let me show you. So Davis, this unit right here, long run times, energy usage through the roof, a couple of breakdowns this year. What do you think?
It's battling.
But?
Gotta go. Effort can't fix everything.
That's my boy.
Beat the summer rush and call the heating and cooling experts at Bill's today.
It's a Factory Direct Made in Spokane spa wellness event. As Arctic Spas and Clearwater Spas have hot tubs starting at $49.99. Swim spas with special financing. Get to 8108 North Division or SpokaneHotTubSale.com.
At Jacobs Custom Living, we don't think you need to climb Everest to be a great outdoorsman. Right outside your back door can feel like a faraway place where you leave the day behind. Here you can get in touch with your outer side. Family and friends are accomplices in your escape to freedom. If you build it, they will come. They being positive vibes and good times. So let's build it. We've got the blueprint. Jacobs Custom Living. This is outdoorsing.
Riverview Retirement Community has proudly served seniors since 1959, and they're excited to announce 2 new independent living residences, The Heights and The Crest. The Heights breaks ground in early 2026, featuring 12 thoughtfully designed floor plans and several new campus amenities. Coming fall 2027, The Crest will offer 31 luxury condominiums with private balconies, a rooftop lounge, 24/7 concierge service, and more. Join Riverview Retirement for an informational meeting soon.
This Nissan lineup goes where you take it. Trucks and SUVs built rough, tough, and ready. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR and select model trims.
Around the nation, the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, says she's stepping down from her position.
Gabbard recently clashed with the Trump administration regarding the war in Iran. She says her departure, though, is tied to her husband's diagnosis of a rare form of bone cancer. ABC's Christian Cordero has the story.
Today, Tulsi Gabbard, who oversees the nation's spy agencies and advises the president on national security matters, is stepping down. In her resignation letter, Gabbard shares her husband was recently diagnosed with a rare form of bone cancer, saying she's stepping away from public service to be by his side. President Trump reacted on social media, posting in part, quote, "Tulsi has done an incredible job, and we will miss her." Trump nominated Gabbard as Director of National Intelligence after she endorsed him in 2024. Gabbard spent most of her career as a Democrat before switching parties.
For too long, faulty, inadequate, or weaponized intelligence have led to costly failures and the undermining of our national security and God-given freedoms enshrined in the Constitution.
Gabbard is the 4th cabinet member to leave the administration in 3 months, following the firings of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem in March and Attorney General Pam Bondi in April. Labor Secretary Lori Chavez de Remer also resigned in April. In recent months, Gabbard and the Trump administration appeared out of sync, sending mixed messages ahead of the war with Iran.
What intelligence do you have that Iran is building a nuclear weapon? Your intelligence community has said they have no evidence that they are at this point.
Well, then my intelligence community is wrong. Who in the intelligence community said that?
Your Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard.
She's wrong.
In her resignation letter, Gabbard says her last day will be the end of June. Trump says the agency's principal deputy director will then serve as acting director. Christian Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Well, it may be too early for tubing on the Spokane River, but that fast-moving water is perfect for some whitewater rafting.
And coming up, we'll give you a bird's-eye view of one local company giving people a front-row seat of the river's power in a brand-new Air 4 adventure. Plus, volunteers are fanning out across a local cemetery, placing flags at the graves of veterans as a powerful act of remembrance. Hear from family members of fallen veterans on why this tradition means so much to them. Next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
This National Kerosene Month, style meets savings. Receive up to $1,000 back on select styles of kerosene. Experience luxurious kerosene flooring.
Sandpoint Furniture, Carpet One, Floor and Home.
There are trucks, and then there's the 2026 GMC Sierra, with the capability to handle what life throws your way. That's the GMC Sierra, leading where it matters most. GMC Sierra, it's the truck. During GMC Truck Month, get 2.9% APR for 72 months on 2026 Sierra 1500 models. Plus, no monthly payments until after Labor Day.
See your local GMC dealer.
My mind felt hazy and gray. I couldn't follow conversations. It was like I was in a fog. I was sleeping way too much. I was missing out on activities with my family. I felt underwater. Now I know it was depression. Recognizing my symptoms and finding support helped me manage it. Learn more about your symptoms at seehowifeel.org.
Back to the Future's coming to Spokane.
1955? If they don't meet, they won't fall in love, they won't get married, and neither you nor your siblings will ever be born.
Whoa, this is heavy. Experience the award-winning Best Musical, Back to the Future, at First Interstate Center for the Arts, May 26th through 31st. Get your tickets yesterday.
When you visit the LC Valley, you'll do more than just get away. You'll relive the history of explorers who traveled through this region, and you might even make a splash of your own. See educational exhibits of Lewis and Clark and immerse yourself in an authentic cultural experience. Unwind and savor the flavor in the Northwest Discovery Destination. Your adventure awaits.
This National Kerostan Month, style meets savings. Receive up to $1,000 back on select styles of Kerostan. Experience luxurious Kerostan flooring.
Sandpoint Furniture, Carpet One, Floor and Home.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Monday is Memorial Day, and many people are getting ready to pay their respects to America's veterans. At the Washington State Veterans Cemetery in Medical Lake, volunteers work to place thousands of American flags to pay their respects.
Daniel Purcell has more on what the gesture means to military members and their families.
There are over 11,000 grave sites here at the Washington State Military Cemetery in Medical Lake. And today, volunteers came out to honor these fallen veterans by placing over 3,000 American flags ahead of Memorial Day.
So today we've got a number of volunteer organizations that are helping us with marking each one of the individual graves with a gravesite flag. We've got members from the Washington State Fallen Heroes Project, and we've also got representatives from Fairchild Air Force Base.
For some volunteers, placing the flags is an opportunity to reflect on the time spent and lost with their family members who served.
This morning I woke up with a really heavy heart. We lost my brother stateside to suicide. So it just means a lot to be out here to say their names, remember them. They gave everything for us, and it's our job to remember and honor them.
As they made their way through the grave sites, many of the active duty military members in attendance took the time to reflect on the sacrifices made by those who came before them.
Today felt especially important to me to show up and place flags on the graves of all the veterans that served before us. The uniform that I'm wearing represents all these people. They put it on first. They dedicated their lives. I unfortunately feel like some get forgotten or their family members aren't here anymore. So I think it's especially important to hit each and every person.
Every time we place a flag down, we give that person a salute. And that salute just is that final send-off for a lot of people, especially people that wear the uniform. It's kind of emotional. These people kind of planted the seed for me to be here, so I want to pay my homage and my respects to give back to them.
For most Americans, Memorial Day is the time to reflect on the sacrifices made by members of our military. But for Rudy Lopez, the director of the cemetery, honoring these veterans is a daily affair, one he hopes will continue after he is gone as well.
It's become a calling to be able to honor our brothers and sisters. They made sacrifices in their lives, and we're carrying that legacy and tribute forward to honor them. And so I just feel good in my heart knowing that the community here comes out and does this because one day it'll be my time to be placed at a veteran cemetery as well.
In Medical Lake, Daniel Purcell, 4 News Now.
And preschoolers from the Northeast Youth Center spent the morning honoring fallen veterans at Fairmont Memorial Park. The children placed American flags and pennies on veterans' graves, continuing a tradition the center has carried on for the past 8 years. A penny left on a headstone symbolizes that someone visited and paid their respects to a service member who died serving our country. Organizers say the annual tribute not only honors veterans, but also teaches children at a young age about sacrifice, service, and remembrance.
Today is an opportunity for the kids to learn that Memorial Day weekend is not about barbecues. It's not about going to the lake, and those are all great, but it gives them a chance to be able to know and be educated about what Memorial Day weekend truly is, and it's remembering fallen heroes.
Each year, a new group of preschoolers takes part, helping ensure the memories and legacies of local veterans are never forgotten.
And we thank you for your service.
For sure.
I want to send things over now to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker with a look at what the forecast will be like on Memorial Day.
Well, it has improved. I will have to tell you the chance of showers keeps getting a little bit later in the day. Very good news for the many early morning services and events that take place on this important day. The whole weekend is looking beautiful. Saturday, 81. These temperatures are about 10 degrees above average. We'll get a nice breeze going in the afternoon. Southwest 5 to 15 miles per hour with gusts to 20, possibly 25 miles per hour. So not windy, just a cooling breeze. Mild nights for campers, and we do have showers coming in late on Memorial Day. But again, I think a lot of the campsites will be cleared and the events will be wrapping up before we even have a chance to see some precipitation. Right now in Spokane, you couldn't ask for a more beautiful Friday evening, the last of a few fair weather cumulus clouds deflating as our sun gets closer to sunsets and we lose our daytime heating. For Saturday, partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies. We'll have that mix of sun and clouds, very much like what we had today. There's that afternoon breeze, 0% chance of precipitation, but that is not the case for the rest of the 7-day forecast. I'll tell you about that rain coming in late on Memorial Day in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
All right, we'll see you then, Chris. The Coeur d'Alene Marathon is this weekend, and this year's race is expected to have a record number of participants.
With thousands of participants and spectators expected downtown, drivers should also prepare for large crowds, traffic delays, and road closures. There are several areas around Coeur d'Alene that will be impacted this weekend, especially near the waterfront and downtown. Expect heavy crowds and delays near the Coeur d'Alene Resort, City Park, and McEwen Park. Some roads around McEwen Park will close Sunday morning. The best way to access the marathon is through Sherman Avenue. On your screen is a map of the full marathon route. It kicks off at 5:30 Sunday morning. The half marathon looks very similar and kicks off at 7. That'll be followed by the 10K race at 8 and the 5K at 9.
Well, it may still be a little too early for your inner tubes and paddle boards on the Spokane River with the current running strong this time of year.
But that same fast-moving water makes for some of the best whitewater rafting. In this week's Air Force Adventure, we take to the skies over the Spokane River as one local outfitter gives people a front row seat to the river's power.
Who's ready to go rafting?
I think a lot of people think about whitewater rafting the Spokane River because it's a short season because the water levels change so much. So we really take advantage in the springtime, and that is why we're doing this.
The Spokane River, it's really the heart of Spokane. That's why I love it, and it's one of the things that brings travelers here, and one of those things that makes Spokane so unique. There's not a lot of other cities where we can put a rafting trip just minutes away from downtown Spokane, float 12 miles, hit great whitewater, and then still be able to have like a lunch or a pint later too. It's pretty cool. We take ages 6 and up on this. We do senior centers down on this section. It's kind of like a beginner, intermediate rafting trip, so you don't have to really have much experience to jump on. It's a good one to get your toes wet for the first time. And so a lot of people that are like whitewater curious, they don't know if they want to do it or not. This is usually a good one to test it out and then usually get the bug and want to keep going from there. So we're gonna float about 12 miles. We'll go through Riverside State Park. We'll go through Bolin Pitcher, Devil's Tono, those Class 3 rapids, and then we'll kind of end in Riverside State Park in the end and Police Flats. But real beautiful scenic, lots of wildlife, lots of good little splashes throughout too. It's a good time. Got a lot of great recreation available in Spokane, but the whitewater rafting is usually the most adrenaline pumping, kind of the most fun-filled one that I'd say that you have in this area. It's the best time for the Spokane River, so it's one of a kind.
It is one of a kind. So gorgeous. Still ahead, a veteran in our nation's capital gets a life-changing surprise years after a combat injury left him paralyzed. We'll show you the moment he got the keys that helped restore his sense of independence. Coming up on 4 News Now.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by Last Stand Rodeo in Cooley City, Washington.
This is your community, and your stories deserve to be heard. At 4 News Now, we're here to listen, connect, and bring you the news that truly matters. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
When you're ready for more peace and quiet, Numerica has flexible home loans so you can get more for what you love. Numerica Credit Union, money where it matters.
The Tin Roof Warehouse Sale. 4 days only. Up to 90% off. Dining, beds, sofas, and much more. 4 days only at the Tin Roof. Don't miss it.
At Precision Garage Door, there's nothing we haven't seen and nothing we can't fix. The biggest concern we hear is, my car is trapped. I can't get to work. That's why we provide same-day solutions. At Precision, garage doors and openers are all we do, and we know tomorrow is too late. Quality service quickly. That's what you get with Precision. Right now, get a Precision Garage Door tune-up for only $29.95. 25-point inspection, adjustment, and lubrication included. Call Precision Garage Door today.
Precision Garage Door service, a name you can trust.
There are trucks, and then there's the 2026 GMC Sierra, with the capability to handle what life throws your way. That's the GMC Sierra, leading where it matters most. GMC Sierra, it's the truck. During GMC Truck Month, get 2.9% APR for 72 months on 2026 Sierra 1500 models. Plus, no monthly payments until after Labor Day.
Shop DaveSmith.com.
The Tin Roof Warehouse Sale. 4 days only. Up to 90% off. Dining, beds, sofas, and much more. 4 days only at the Tin Roof. Don't miss it.
The Great Memorial Day Getaway.
Okay, here we go.
How to make sure your car is ready for the big weekend ahead.
Everything is good to go.
Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
This is what everyone's talking about.
And the slam!
This is Winner Take All. It's all happening now on the home of the NBA Finals. Don't miss it, June 3rd on ABC and the ESPN app.
Ethan Hedges continues his meteoric rise with the Spokane Indians.
4 News Now sports director Jack Wallace sat down with the third baseman, how his grinding journey from California to Washington led to his rise to the top of the Indians' offense and defense.
Spokane Indians third baseman Ethan Hedges has a simple motto.
I mean, you need to have belief. You need to believe that you belong. You need to believe that, you're right where you're supposed to be.
And he has a reminder right on his wrist every time he goes up to bat or trots out onto the field.
So I think I like having this on my wrist just because it's easy to look down and tell myself, just believe. Like, as long as you got belief, you got something, right?
Hedges got the belief wristbands when he played for the USC Trojans, making T-shirts with the phrase Mucho Belief, and it all helped lead Southern Cal to a regional final last season. Playing at the uber-talented Mater Dei High School and SC for college taught Hedges how to learn from failure and respond.
Being thrown into, a really good high school, really good competition, taught me quickly that it's not always going to come easy. And I think that that's a really valuable lesson that I learned pretty early in my life, which is a good thing.
Drafted by the Rockies just last season, Hedges skipped low-A Fresno and arrived in Spokane last year, now starting 2026 with the Indians as a top 20 Rockies prospect.
I mean, I couldn't have imagined that feeling or dreamt that feeling, in any aspect of what it was. It was, a sum of all my hard work up until that day, and then I quickly realized that it's going to take a lot more hard work to get where I want to go.
Defensively, he's been exceptional over there. Like, I knew he was good last year, and the more I got to see him, the more I realized how special he is, and he's tapped into a little bit of power that I know is in there.
Coach Tataris added Hedges' leadership skills emerged well already into the early season.
He just shows up every day, he works, and he talks game. Very, very bright player. And him and a couple of the other guys are just always talking about situations that come up in the game and how they can handle them.
Hedges leads the Indians in RBIs, doubles, and is tied for second in runs, hits, and slugging percentage, well on his way for a standout full year in the Northwest.
This game, it asks a lot of you, but the more I can show up every day and be consistent, I think that's going to help me as well as this team kind of be and get where we want to be.
Reporting in Spokane, I'm Jack Wallace, 4 News Now Sports.
Great ballpark weather this weekend, and it was a gorgeous evening tonight. 75 degrees our high temperature today, 69 our average high. Sunset tonight, not until 8:30. That sunrise is almost into the 4 o'clock hour. It won't be long now. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast and the 8 to 14-day outlook.
And before we go to break, we are continuing to celebrate the class of 2026. Like Lexi McCarroll from Post Falls High School. We're told she's signed her letter of intent to play softball at Wenatchee Valley College.
And Guidance Brown, who's graduating from Spokane International Academy and SFCC. We're told she'll be attending Whitworth University. If you want to celebrate your student and enter them to win a $50 gift card, you can submit their photo online for a chance to be featured right here on 4 News Now. Just head to KXLY.com/class of 2026.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
We rent china, glassware, tents, barbecues, flatware, linen, stands for staging, tables, chairs.
A to Z rental, no job too big, no job too small.
Jackhammers, stem doors, washers, stump grinders, saws, generators, skid steer, excavator, dingoes, trailers, tractors, nailers, staplers, hole diggers, tillers, mowers, yard vac, aerators.
Call A to Z Rental at 509-924-2000 or go to rentatoz.com.
We rent everything, man.
Now open in Airway Heights.
At A to Z Rental, we rent everything.
This summer marks 1 year of the Scale House Market, located in the Spokane Valley. The outdoor market returns May 9th, featuring local farmers, artisan goods, chef-crafted eats, live music, and hands-on fun for the whole family. And there's more. Don't miss the market's anniversary celebration on May 30th. Special treats, giveaways, and the chance to become a friend of the market to unlock exclusive perks. With events happening all season long, it's the place to gather this summer. The Scale House Market. More than a market.
For nearly 60 years, Gold Seal Plumbing has been about taking care of people and our community. And right now, that matters more than ever. When prices rise, every dollar counts, and unexpected repairs can throw everything off. That's why we offer specials and discounts to help you save on any plumbing services you need. Just visit goldsealplumbing.com to explore the best options for you. And if you do need a plumber, call today. We're on our way.
4 News Now and STCU are teaming up to highlight and congratulate high school and college graduates. Send us a photo of your senior and 10 lucky students will be chosen to win a $50 gift card from STCU. Enter your senior photo today at KXLY.com.
Life doesn't stand still, and neither do you. Some days start before sunrise. Others don't slow until long after. Wendell Ford gets it. Life moves, so do you. From first adventures to familiar routines, Wendell is proud to be part of these moments. That's why you can drive a new vehicle for under $400 a month. Wendell Ford, drive for generations.
Rain or shine, day or night, good weather always reigns at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. No matter the weather, winning is better. Your 7-day forecast calls for fun at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Coeur d'Alene Casino, winning is just the beginning.
4 News Now weather is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
Well, it's a race like no other, the annual Oscar Mayer Weenie 500. It was 2 laps of constant wheel-to-wheel action around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway today. Love him or hate him, the New York dog would not be denied, although I did hear there was some controversy in this race. Ended up taking the checkered flag to a chorus of boos. The Seattle dog put in a decent effort, coming in 5th out of those 6th Wienermobiles. I'm not sure what separated, why we have the slaw dog and the chili dog and how you know the difference. Maybe besides the number, but normally a Seattle dog would have some cream cheese on it.
It would look a certain way.
Yeah.
Seattle dogs have cream cheese on them?
I think that's the deal.
I did not know that. Okay.
What a race.
That's fun. That is fun. It is not much of a race on the camera I'm going to show you right now, but what's the hurry with such beautiful weather? This is the view over the Coeur d'Alene Veterans Memorial. We're looking to the east at that record Memorial Day traffic. No, it is very easy going. I've been watching this camera today, watching the RVs going across, the motorcycles. Everybody's having a really good time. And then I checked the Snoqualmie Pass camera, and I apologize for the quality. It's not very good, but it has been 3 lanes of bumper-to-bumper traffic heading east out of Seattle. Looks miserable to me, but they're all, I guess, heading to someplace fun to spend the weekend, and I am just really glad to be here with you and not sitting in Seattle traffic trying to get out of town on this Friday before Memorial Day. We have a change coming in our weather pattern, and I want to show you how that's going to impact your weather. Starting off Friday at 11 o'clock tonight, we are on the northern edge of a ridge of high pressure, so we will have winds mixing down occasionally, and we will not have a cloudless sky. Showers passing by to our north this weekend. Here we are Saturday, completely dry. Sunday, completely dry. We're going to stop Sunday at 5 o'clock, starting to see a little bit of wet weather approaching with a cold front, and it's going to move quickly across the region on Monday. But we're dry to start the day Monday. Cold front comes through, and we have a chance of some late evening hit and miss showers, a much better chance of wet weather as we get into Monday night and early Tuesday morning. But what this front is doing is ushering in unsettled conditions and a drop in temperatures after our weekend in the 80s. We're going to go near 80, 81 Saturday, 79 Sunday and Monday, and then a precipitous drop down to 62 Tuesday before a course correction, and we're just about average or a little above then through the rest of the 7-day forecast. 8 to 14-day forecast does have a strong signal of above average temperatures. Precipitation, no real indication one way or another whether it will be above or below. I suppose this time of year we'll take what we can get, and it looks like we do have a good chance of at least some measurable rain overnight Monday into Tuesday. Tuesday, it will be more hit and miss showers, and then the possibility of a shower or two the rest of next week, but a gorgeous weekend, especially if you don't have to sit in traffic, Kirsten.
That's right. That is the good part about where we are. Hey, in the nation's capital, just ahead of America's 250th birthday, an Army veteran injured in the line of duty and his family are receiving a special gift.
ABC's Olivia Rubin was there for the big reveal.
A dream coming true for Captain Luis Avila and his wife, Claudia.
The keys are now yours.
Thank you. The Gary Sinise Foundation and Wells Fargo teaming up at America's Ball for the Mall Gala in Washington, D.C. to present the Avilas with a surprise gift, an accessible car.
We wanted to be able to provide him with an adapted vehicle to help meet his and his family needs.
The donation is a blessing for Luis, who served 5 combat tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. His life altered in 2011, an IED explosion leaving him almost completely paralyzed, unable to just sit next to his wife in a car.
He truly is a hero on behalf of America.
But this gifted SUV, custom designed for Captain Luis.
I don't want to cry, but it's priceless. Yes, I like that word. Yes.
It's life-changing.
It is absolutely a changing life. Yes.
There couldn't be a more deserving family.
The Gary Sinise Foundation has a long-standing relationship with the Avila family, gifting them an accessible smart home in 2016.
Not have to sacrifice because we don't have something that's adaptive is a huge quality of life. You know, it's been 19 years since I was wounded, and it's a reminder that these wounds are lifelong.
For Claudia, she tells me the donations mean one thing: freedom.
What emotions does it bring?
Well, for many people, that one is just maybe a vehicle. For us, it's really a golden gift in order to provide to my husband independence, mobility, and freedom.
And together, they remain grateful.
It is like we always say, is that right? One day above ground, every day, any day above ground is a great day. And we don't see the disabilities. We only see the possibilities.
And even more possibilities ahead now, with driving to errands, medical appointments, and family outings just a little bit easier. Olivia Rubin, ABC News, Washington.
And before we go to break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Marshall Tucker Band. Now they take the highway to a special night full of classics. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino, Thursday, June 4th.
Winning is just the beginning.
Experience the award-winning Best Musical Back to the Future at First Interstate Center for the Arts, May 26th through 31st. Get your tickets yesterday.
All right, decision day. Not everybody's making the cut. Appreciate the effort. Whoa, look at the miles on this big guy. So Davis, who are we keeping?
Well, a lot of energy, not a lot of results. I think it's time for a change.
You heard the man. Sorry, boys. We'll call you. Yeah.
Beat the summer rush and call the heating and cooling experts at Bills Today.
At Carrington College, we're ready to help you begin your next chapter. We've been helping students launch healthcare careers for over 55 years. If you're looking to prepare for a new career path, join us for Carrington College's Spring Open House at a campus near you on Thursday, May 28th from 4 to 7 p.m. Meet our instructors, view demonstrations, and tour the campus. You could graduate in as few as 9 months with the confidence to step right into a career. To reserve your spot for Carrington College's Spring Open House, visit carrington.edu/events.
At Parker Toyota, we've seen hybrids come a long way. Ever since the Toyota Prius changed the game over 20 years ago.
And today, Toyota offers more hybrid models than any other manufacturer.
Hybrids that take you further on every tank.
With fewer fuel stops slowing you down. And right now, we've got one of the largest selections of hybrids.
Right here at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
It's a Factory Direct Made in Spokane spa wellness event. As Arctic Spas and Clearwater Spas have hot tubs starting at $49.99. Swim spas with special financing. Get to 8108 North Division or SpokaneHotTubSale.com.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
4 News Now is brought to you by Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One.
That's about the best we can do on Memorial Day weekend. Typically, one of the days is a clunker, but those are all pretty nice days ahead, so enjoy.
Yeah, and even Monday that you've been warning us about is looking better than we thought.
Yeah, much better, especially the timing of those services for the veterans are usually in the morning, so.
It looks great. The splash pads are open. I've been talking about it.
There's one right there.
Sign up for the 4 News